and welcome to the next video covering the IELTS speaking test. In this video, we will look at part 3 of the IELTS speaking test. In part 3, you will be asked around 5 questions related to the topic used in part 2. This part is often considered as the most difficult because the questions can be more complex and abstract compared to the basic questions in part 1. Furthermore, in part 2, you have 1 minute to prepare your answer, but in part 3, you don't have that luxury. So, what should you do? You should treat this as an open-ended discussion with the examiner, rather than trying to answer the questions. You would be expected to express your opinions, your views, and evaluate your ideas. You should use a wider range of vocabulary, and you should, for example, try to use more complex sentences. Let's take a look at some typical questions and possible answers. What are some of the biggest challenges facing the education system today? Some challenges in the education system include not enough funding and too large class sizes. Well, that was quite short. Maybe this answer would only get a band 5. In fact, a lot of that answer was just repeating the question. This would not produce a high score. So let's try to improve on that answer. One of the biggest challenges facing the education system today is preparing students for the rapidly changing job market. With automation and artificial intelligence becoming more prevalent, it's important for schools to focus on developing skills like critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity. Additionally, providing education for all students, regardless of background or economic status, still remains a challenge. Now, this answer sounded much better. Maybe this answer would get a band 7. Let's see how we could improve on that answer by using more advanced vocabulary. One of the main challenges facing the education system today is preparing students for an increasingly complex and interconnected world. This requires a focus on developing critical thinking skills, solving real-world problems, and fostering creativity and innovation. Another challenge is demonstrating equity education and access to high-quality education for all students, regardless of their background or socioeconomic status. Finally, there is a need for ongoing professional development and support for teachers to keep up with the new research and pedagogical approaches. Now, this answer is well structured and uses some great vocabulary. This would score highly in a test situation, I think. Let's look at another question and answer. How do you think technology has changed the way students learn and teachers teach? Technology has changed teaching because there are now more ways to access information and communicate. Well, that answer was maybe a little too short. Again, there is not enough detail and no examples. Let's look at ways to expand that answer. Technology has certainly had a major impact on the way students learn and teachers teach. For example, online resources and digital tools have made it easier for students to access information and engage in self-directed learning. Teachers now have access to a wider range of teaching materials and can use technology to deliver dynamic and interactive lessons. However, it's important to ensure that technology is used in a way that enhances learning, rather than replacing human interaction and hands-on experience. Now, that's a pretty good answer. Let's try another question. In your opinion, what is the most important factor for success in academic studies? In my opinion, one of the most important factors for success in academic studies is motivation. Students who are motivated and engaged in their learning are more likely to achieve their goals and persist in the face of challenges. Other important factors include effective study habits, good time management skills, and support from teachers, peers, and family members. Let's look at another question. In your opinion, should higher education be free, or should students have to pay tuition fees? That's a good question. Speaking as a student myself, I think that higher education should be affordable and accessible to all students, regardless of their financial situation. While free education may not be feasible in every country or system, there should be policies in place to ensure that students are not excluded from higher education due to financial barriers. This could take the form of means-tested tuition fees, scholarships, or loan programs, with favourable repayment terms, of course. Investing in higher education benefits society as a whole by creating a more educated and skilled workforce and promoting social mobility. So for that reason, I truly believe that they should not have to pay for that privilege. Good answer. And finally, one more question and answer. How can schools encourage creativity and innovation among students while also meeting academic standards? Creativity and innovation can be encouraged by providing opportunities for project-based learning, collaborative problem-solving, and experiential learning. Teachers can also incorporate creative assignments and open-ended tasks into their curriculum. It's important to balance this approach with a focus on academic studies and key cognitive competencies, such as literacy, numeracy, and critical thinking. By striking this balance, schools can foster a well-rounded education that prepares students for success in a rapidly changing world. So there we have it. We looked at several different styles of answers, ranging from a Band 5 to maybe a Band 8, and ways to expand upon your original ideas. If you have any questions on the IELTS test or any English language related question, you can leave a comment below. There'll be lots more content uploaded in the near future, so please stay tuned, like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notifications so you never miss another lesson. Okay, thanks for watching and keep practicing. See you next time. Bye.